Hey AfterBuzz fans, tune in now for the Beyond After Show. We're talking about episodes 1, 2, and 3. Tune in.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I was saying how this song makes me feel like I'm in like a long march and a sprint to the finish line. I like it.
You know, it definitely reminds me of something. I can't put my finger on it. When it comes back, you guys all know.
Definitely.
It's a good power
stuff,
song
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, this song was in the first episode, kind of right in the beginning. We're actually talking about all first 3 episodes tonight, so it's gonna get a little crazy.
Yes.
Lots to jam in. But we've got the full panel here.
Yay!
Where can everybody find all you guys?
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Becca B Talks TV.
And you can find me, Leslie Ambriz, at In Less Than No Time on Twitter and Instagram.
And hey guys, I'm Nasta. You can find me on Twitter at Nasta and on Instagram at Girl.
Nice. And I'm JB. You guys can find me all over the interwebs at Hey John Blake. Real quick, because this episode or this show is also being aired like online. You can binge it if you want.
Which I thought somebody did something wrong.
Right.
I saw it on Hulu last night. I was like, oh my gosh, is this supposed to be happening?
You're like, wow.
I was like, I just like won the lottery or something. But I did not watch. I refrained.
Good job.
Me too.
And that's pretty
don't
much
want
how
any
we're
spoilers.
gonna do it on this after show. We're gonna even though we're talking about 3 episodes tonight, we're gonna switch to 1 episode after this per week. So it's gonna coincide with what's airing on TV. If you do binge, please keep your comments and stuff respectful of everybody.
No spoilers.
Try not to do any spoilers,
Zero,
guys.
Zero at all. I will come after you.
Yeah, that being said, if you haven't watched episodes 1, 2, and 3 now, please pause this podcast and watch those.
Yeah.
Then come back,
Do
because
yourself
we're going to be
a favor.
talking about everything that went down.
It's a good
Which
show.
was a lot.
Yeah, which is
ton of
considerable.
stuff.
amounts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, episodes 1 and 2, I think were more set up. We cut to young Holden. This is 12 years ago. There's a meteor shower they're about to watch. He's goes to see it, drinking beers with his friend Kevin, and Kevin's
At
brother
13.
kind of crashes. Yeah, at 13.
I'm like,
They're in 6th grade.
12.
Little.
Drinking.
Like, how did you get that?
Great.
Question mark?
Yeah, just what? Oh,
I mean, he was drunk
actually,
after, like,
did
2
say.
sips.
I caught it this time. Kevin said that it was their dad's because
Oh.
Jeff like drives up his older brother and he's all pissed. And Kevin's like, oh no, it's Dad's beer. It's cool for both
Oh, okay.
of us.
It's cool.
It's for
Oh,
both of
God.
us to steal.
Great.
Classic 6th graders, you know.
Yeah.
I guess you're right. Classic 6th grade.
Drinking so young. They start so young now.
Yeah, hey, Freeform, pushing the bar. But I mean, I think it could be realistic for places that are, like smaller towns, communities that aren't, like everybody knows everybody, so it's a little bit more relaxed in terms of everybody's safety. Like, the streets and stuff don't seem so dangerous. Where if they
Unless you
did
get
have a
run
couple
off
beers.
the road into a forest
True.
and then you go into a coma
Yeah.
for 12 years.
Then
There
you're
are
done
a
for.
surprising amount of high-speed chases for this small town.
There really
honestly.
are. And like the fact that no one really catches them ever happening. There's no one else on the road.
Right. Yeah. No.
There's your small town stuff.
Exactly.
No one's on the road, so you can get run off.
You can get away with a lot.
And
in small towns,
everyone
just
does
saying.
ends a high speed chase the same way by ramming into the other car. I'm like, you guys, I think there's other ways to stop a car instead of just ramming it every time.
So like,
Oh,
let us
man.
know if your small town, if like 13-year-olds drink beer and stuff.
They probably do. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I wouldn't doubt it either.
Yeah, so I mean,
Rebels.
we kind of after that whole thing goes down, he runs away on the motorcycle, hits a tree, sees a flash of light, ends up going into coma for 12 years. I mean, do you guys think it was the tree, like the flash of light? Are we positive that everything is like supernatural in nature? I mean, obviously, we know a lot more seeing episodes 2 and 3, so I'm pretty convinced. But is there any doubt?
Oh, I just want to say there was some weird juju in the woods, and that hit is what kind of sparked everything.
Right.
Like he was in the right place at the right time, or
Totally.
wrong time, however you want to see it.
I thought E.T. I was like, there's a spaceship. It's coming down to get him. I
See-
don't know.
See, for me personally, I was kind of like toying with both of those ideas. Like, I'm not sure what happens, because I was wondering if this is something that Holden was like destined, his character is like destined to do this, or if it was like oh, this just happened to him because it was right place at the right time, or wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I think, there's so many things that he's getting involved in that kind of reconfirm it.
Yeah.
Seeing Willa, obviously, other characters confirmed that she is around, so it's not just like in his head.
Yeah.
As a consequence of the coma. I mean, he's been passed out for literally 12 years, so we don't really know.
Which
that
he
could mean
looks
anything.
great. I know there were like no muscle deterioration. I was like,
no atrophy
rightfully
at
so.
all.
There was no muscle deterioration there. I
Like
was
he
like,
would have looked super like lanky and
Yeah, he
just
should be like
malnutrition.
he's looking good.
Or like just have that little like belly from all the meds he's been pumped with. Like,
Well,
oh
he's
my
been-
God.
He hasn't eaten anything in 12 years.
So crazy.
Looks pretty
No,
healthy,
I
though.
mean, yeah.
It's the new diet, you guys. Come
Yeah,
on for 12
seriously.
years, you'll wake up looking like a quarterback.
Yeah, I literally
Right.
wrote down, he's got quite the muscles for being in a coma for 12 years.
Allie was checking him out.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
like a gym
yeah.
or something in the alternate universe.
There's gotta be.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
clearly
doing
he's been
mental
running for
exercises.
12
That's what
years.
it was.
So
Yeah, exactly.
He's been running.
His mind's been running through the woods and
This alternate
through like
universe. Crazy
urban, like future cities as
Yeah.
well. But yeah, so we cut back to he's kind of getting reacclimated to his family life. Everything seems to be where he left off, except everybody's 12 years older. But the parents are kind of pulling this facade thing that they are still together. They reveal. I mean, Holden knows that things weren't always peachy, so he asks his dad about it. And he's like, "Yeah, we got through the worst of it." Finds out a little bit later when a dinner argument kind of explodes that they are separated.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked by that because obviously I know they're trying to, protect his feelings and protect
Yeah.
him because he has been in a coma for 12 years, but at the same time, he would kind of understand that things have changed, and I don't think that's fair to him to kind of be thrown into this facade of a life either. I was just kind of like, man, they could have definitely told him. And then how the parents got mad at Luke for spilling
telling.
the beans. I didn't think that was fair.
No, Luke is the one that keeps, I feel like he's the middle ground for everything. He kind of keeps, he's like, hey, Holden, this is what's happened. Here's what's going on. He just wants to go back to how everything's normal, which I really like about his character.
Definitely. I think that Luke definitely puts a normality on what's happened. And because he's the one that greets Holden kind of being like, oh, my brother. Like he's, you know what I mean? He's not really protecting his feelings. He's like, we're going to throw you out there. We're going to do fun stuff. We're going to try to get you back into a normal pattern.
I was saying while we were talking out there that he's actually the only one I really trust at this point of the storyline, I think.
Yeah.
Just because
Nice. I don't
he
know that.
seems to... Leslie doesn't,
Opposing
but
view. Uh-huh.
He seems to truly care about the well-being of Holden. And
I think the
see
well-being, yes, he definitely wants his well-being to be good. But I do understand what Leslie's saying, where there's something that he is holding back too, which is I think the resentment. He has a lot of resentment, and I think we're not seeing that yet, but
Exactly.
it might play out as the season goes on.
Absolutely. I think that everybody, in terms of his family, does care about Holden. They just kind of show it in different ways. Particularly in the parents' case, I don't think their method was the best. I mean, I understand them all being there and being supportive, but I don't think that getting him acclimated to where we are right now, the best method would be to lie or to create anything that isn't actually true. Obviously kind of piecemeal the reality back together, but I do think that they should have been honest from the beginning.
Yeah, I think it kind of jump-started too with the mom being like, she was like, I think we should keep him in the hospital for a little bit longer, let him kind of get onto acclimated with life. And the mom's like, no, I want my boy home, which rightfully so, but I think maybe that would have been an easier stepping stone to being like, things aren't actually as they were 12 years ago.
Right. Well, and also he is a full-blown adult now, so he clearly didn't want to stay in the hospital. He seemed physically healthy.
Yeah.
He's 25 years old. I would if you woke up after losing half of your life and you again physically were fine, you'd be like, okay, let me get out of here,
Let
guys.
me enjoy the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because we're literally seeing him do all his first kiss and going to the bar for the first time and driving for the first time.
And he's so awkward about all of it, and I love it.
He has this like cute like smirk that he has on like whenever he does this kind of stuff. I find him very endearing.
Yes.
His character.
It is precious. You see the
Yes.
boy within
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and like you guys were saying about Luke, I think it's a cool, like, fun dynamic that the younger brother is
Brother is
all
the
of a
older
sudden like
brother.
the older one or
Yeah.
has more experiences.
Yeah.
He sort of lived a normal life for like that many years in, I guess, this reality that
Yeah.
they're in. So it's interesting that he knows a lot more in some ways
He helps.
than his older brother. But you know, where right before the coma, I mean, he was like 5 years old, so it was like he always looked up to him.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting dynamic, and clearly, you know, at the end of episode 3, we learned that he's always sort of been living in his brother's shadow, even
Yeah.
though he wasn't around.
Yeah. I mean, imagine you're trying to grow up and you hear, like, oh, if only your brother was
Right.
here. Like,
Yeah.
you get an A on a test, and it's like, oh, well, if only Holden could see it.
Exactly. Like he's
yeah.
clearly a star student, super smart.
Yeah.
You know, like knew everything was like the favored son. And then he goes away, and for a small town, I think that they never really forgot about that. He was
Yeah.
always like the kid in the coma and the kid in the coma's brother.
Yeah.
So
Never
that's-
really finding his own identity.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, can I ask a question really quick since we
Please
are
do.
talking about Luke? I got a little confused about the college thing. I thought his college was in their hometown because I thought that's why they were going to the parties and everything.
I think it is,
Did
isn't
I?
it?
But he was
It
like,
might
I'm
be.
going back to school.
Well, yeah,
Maybe,
that
like,
could
the
be
Maybe
the
dorms,
he
dorms,
lives,
though.
yeah. Like, lives in the dorms.
Okay. So they had him come home just for this, but he lives in the dorms just a couple blocks
I'm
away.
assuming maybe because they're in a small town, maybe he's in like the city over.
Okay.
Yeah.
school.
Because I was just wondering that. And
Short
like, he's like, I'm
drive.
going
Yeah.
back to school. And I'm like, oh, really? How far is it?
A hour drive away, probably.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I gotta say that like house party was
That was-
definitely
Yeah.
well done.
It
That is,
really
like,
was.
High,
I would
high
go.
production value house party with like all. It was like a full blown rave. Like they had Christmas
Yeah.
lights, like and
They had a theme
It
to
was
it.
very like
Yeah.
very impressive for like a small college town. Like house.
They go all out. They don't mess
yeah,
around.
They clearly are putting.
I
their
mean, that girl,
dues.
she was like, I need to get in the party mood.
Yeah.
it's like Holden's
So,
first party, like college party, and he's already
Getting crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
getting all.
already making out with
Well, I was
ladies.
like,
I saw
I
everything.
mean,
Even
saying smooth lines. What was that?
Yeah.
What was that line he said? That was. She goes, oh, I don't really make out with guys who don't know. And he's like, I
He's
thought
like-
everyone knew
Yeah.
me. I was like,
He is quick with it.
Very
Yeah. Well, also
Still
about the
got
party, my biggest thing was the brother said, don't drink this kind of thing, drink things that are neutral. And then he's trying to protect him, and all of a sudden his girlfriend comes in and says, no, we need to give you something other than beer. And then he leaves him at a party. I'm like, you don't leave your brother at a like a big college party for his first time by himself.
Yeah, way to
Right.
protect him.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
he's like
exactly.
never really drinking before, besides the night that he went in the coma. So like, I was like, no. I thought he was gonna get like super drunk or something.
Yeah.
and then- But
Yeah, I'm surprised that Luke didn't fall because obviously his girlfriend. I mean, it's sort of in good hands. She does seem like a little bit more. Of a partier
I don't think
than-
Luke wanted to be even around that
Yeah.
girl. 'Cause he was like,
Well,
oh,
he-
this is
Yeah.
whatever her name was. She's like, your girlfriend? And he's like, oh, yeah,
Sure.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
I guess there's only one easy way to explain that.
Yeah.
It's like, unless it's like, you know, he could have been like, this is someone I'm talking to. That's why it's just easier to say girlfriend, I guess. So.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe they haven't had the talk yet.
They need to DTR.
But yeah, at the party, he has another flashback. This one's a little bit bigger. He gets goes into freaks out, goes into the bathroom. When he comes out, he's all of a sudden in this new realm. We found out later, which is a really weird place, like very dark and like forest like.
I don't know what to think of it. Yeah.
I feel like the realm in the party scene, I was thinking Haunted Mansion or something at first. And then it
Oh.
goes into I don't know. It's weird.
I think they all confuse me, and I'm trying to piece it together
Yeah, I'm
because
trying to be
we've been having such
what does it
small, little snippets of him in these different realms, and it's so hard to put together. And that man who might be Willa's grandfather, whatever, is creepy. I'm like, every time he shows up, I freak out a little.
Yeah.
he just all of a sudden is there, and he's just
and he's like
Holden has to
reaching his
deal with
hands
it.
out or like doing something
and he just
weird.
stares. Like, what are you supposed to expect by a man staring at you?
Is he like his guru in the past, you guys
It
think?
seems
The way
a
he
little
keeps
like that way.
telling him to do things?
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely getting like Professor X vibes from him, or like a very old like guru thing
There you
happening.
go.
No, but I feel like down the road we're gonna find out, like, even though he's insanely creepy and creeped me out from the start, that he's actually on Holden's side or something.
Yeah, no, he
No, I
seems
could-
friendly. I mean, he's like well, no, because
seems friendly.
he's popped up in like all the same flashes as Willa has.
Yeah.
You know, she's very delicate with him. Obviously, it seems like he's either in a coma or maybe his consciousness is in the realm. Which is why he can like telepathically text.
Text,
her.
yeah. I'm like,
Which
that's
is
weird.
cool.
Super awesome. That'd be a great skill. To
Yeah.
have. Cool
It's like
party trick.
Stephen
Yeah.
Hawking text style.
It took me like 2 times watching to figure out, oh, is it him texting?
Yeah,
She was just having a
he's
conversation
just,
with
like,
herself
giving,
the whole time.
giving the message.
I'm like, who's
crazy.
texting her?
Well, yeah, the name's on her phone says Arthur, so I assume that's his name, even though he hasn't really
I'm gonna
said
assume.
anything.
Maybe next episode he'll reveal
Yeah.
himself.
There's
be a
so
little bit
many
more chatty.
nameless people.
Yeah, there is, because
Yes,
isn't it just
definitely.
Yellow Jacket?
Yeah,
yeah, that
and
one.
he's
Yeah.
watching.
Which, oh.
God, yeah, it's so
Hi.
creepy.
Peter.
So
Peter.
creepy.
Peter,
Watching.
thanks for watching. He's actually watching our
Really?
show. Yeah, he
Nice.
tweeted at us.
Yellow
and-
Jacket.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Yellow Jacket, you do a great job.
killer
You
acting
creep me
on-
out,
on-
man. You creep me out.
You're doing a great
I'm
job.
gonna
at
have
keeping us
nightmares.
out.
Yeah.
I overheard a lot over here while they were watching.
I was like, I seriously was jumping out of my seat. So it was
Yeah.
very convincing.
Very much so.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that he is a very smart character. He definitely knew which buttons to press when he first kind of makes Holden kind of reveal his powers, holding Kevin hostage and at gunpoint.
Oh, poor Kevin.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see that, like, cut with his family life, which
Yeah.
seems so normal, except for the fact that he like creeped in and like used the safe lockbox. If your wife doesn't know that you have like a safe in your like
It's like in the
hallway
closet. Uh-huh.
like right by the door, or for all your coats, your winter coats, with like a gun and stuff that you keep your wedding ring in. Like,
What if she went to get
You're not
wine
that
one
close,
day
yeah.
and just sees
Exactly.
Kevin like chained up, like, oh hi, excuse
Oh
me.
no,
while
that
I
was
grab
in
this.
the like the back house or something. You were talking about the safe in the front,
Yeah,
like
in
in
the
the
front,
foyer.
like,
No, but I'm saying
he
like
comes
she
in-
went in there. Like
Yeah.
there's so many obvious places that
Sure.
he's being
Exactly.
creepy in. And I'm
That
like,
is true.
is she
good call,
dumb?
though.
Like
what
what's
if
going
she
on?
got the wine?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's.
I mean, he'd probably stop her knowing that he was down there, but
Yeah.
Well, no, I think.
still,
I'm
there's
trying
still
to remember.
instances.
It was raining, and maybe there was like a lock and key on the.
Because she
wine
did
cellar.
say, "Oh, it's only how bad you want it."
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, which sounded scary until you saw him walking in the rain
Right.
and was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
you
the wine
actually have
cellar
to.
not close.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say the kind of transition of trying to figure out who this man was, because we saw him outside fighting and hurting
Yeah.
Kevin, and he wanted the proof of what Holden could actually do. But seeing this whole transition of them going into whatever it was it like a I don't know, when he went to that town, it was
like
just
a
creepy.
cult.
Yeah, something cultish,
Yeah.
weird boss, whatever it was. And then he goes to his house. I almost thought that it was a commercial because it was so like Stepford.
Car commercial.
Yeah, it was like a Stepford, like you were kind of going out into like another realm of some sort, that it was just this like birds chirping, neighbors talking, and all of a sudden when you saw him open the door, I thought he was like breaking into a house. I didn't realize it was going to
Me
be.
too.
Yeah.
I was like, that. It's really weird that they're showing his family life, and that they're. It's weird that they chose to introduce a kid.
Yeah.
Like a child.
Yeah.
Well,
And I.
Well,
part
also
of me
because
feels-
of how when he was riding the bus, like over to this castle like
Oh,
zone,
there was
he
the
like
child.
gave this random kid like a chance to hold his gun. It's
like,
like,
I
"Oh my-
thought that was
No!
so
being
inappropriate.
yeah. And it's like a kid about his
Yeah, there was a-
daughter's age, or
I didn't make that connection.
You would think
Seems,
that would
yeah.
give him a little
It's
more
like, you
remorse
should
to like
be,
killing and stuff.
Yeah.
right, yeah, very interesting parenting techniques. I
Yeah.
think
Very, because he seems like a great
very
dad
unorthodox.
and a
No,
great.
he does
Yeah.
seem like a really great dad and a loving
Yeah.
dad.
So it's like you go from one extreme to the next, and you're like, "What is happening?"
Yeah.
So there's some weird strands to him, and I thought he was gonna give Alex a chance, which freaked me out, but maybe we'll get to that in a little bit. But still, I was just like, he has so many complexities to his character that I'm very intrigued to see how he fits in.
I'm thinking he's gonna be like one of those villains that's gonna take a turn
for the
at
better.
The end. Yeah,
Ooh,
I
like
hope
a
so.
good
That
guy.
would be nice.
Because
Interesting.
after seeing what he did in this last episode, I cried almost.
do you think
my
he
tears-
actually did kill him,
Ooh.
or maybe just left him out in the woods?
I'm
Yeah.
hoping Alex is gonna stay alive because that's just not fair. He has a family. I'm getting sad.
Do you mean Kevin?
Kevin, sorry, yes,
Yeah.
Kevin.
I was like,
Totally.
wait, who's Alex?
Sorry, I don't know why I said
I was like, did I miss somebody? I was like
know
going
what
through
you're
my
talking
brain,
about.
like racking through.
Sorry, I don't know where that came from. But
No,
Kevin,
you're fine.
I literally, I want him to survive.
I think it would have made
They are
I'm
good
gonna
friends.
sound
He is an
creepy,
expecting dad as well, so.
but I think it would have made more sense to kidnap the wife to get Kevin to do other stuff for him than to
Right,
just
yeah.
kill off
Well,
Kevin.
I just don't know what
But then
Kevin
she's
is.
about to, deliver. That would be a messy
but
situation.
It would be messy, but I'm just saying.
But I just don't know what kind of information he would have besides he saw it happen. Like, why did they just need him to get to Holden? Is that the only reason they need the Kevin this whole
Possibly.
scenario? Because then you have Kevin's brother, and he plays into this some weird way.
I think Kevin's brother could turn out to be good, though.
No, I think he's gonna
Yeah,
turn out
Jeff.
to be good.
You
Jeff
think?
definitely. Yeah. No, I mean he.
But
There's
he's
that
the one
like
that
little
knocked
bit.
him off the road.
Well, yeah, that was 12 years ago.
Yeah,
He's a changed man.
people change.
Just like we're hoping that
12
Yellow
years
Jacket.
can change a guy. But yeah, no, I mean, there were many points where not many, but there's one clip at the very end of episode 3 that led me to believe that he is, in fact, going to be good. Because he's concerned. He was the only one that was concerned about Kevin. I mean, I was like, is anyone going to be mentioning the fact that this dude has been missing for days? Like,
Only when
he's-
something's bad with Holden, that's when the whole
Exactly.
town worries. It's
Everybody-
Kevin,
yeah, it's
everyone's like,
Holden or nothing.
Well, I'm just surprised we haven't seen anything about his wife being like, because the only thing we
Exactly.
saw was
She did
be
not
on the
seem very concerned. Like when they
was like,
showed
"No,
her
I'm
at the
not
end,
happy."
she wasn't like very concerned. They're
maybe
just,
she's
like,
maybe
walking
in
out.
on
Like,
something.
Do you think she's in on it, and so that's why? No, I don't think she would be.
That'd be pretty.
That's
pretty
too complex.
mean.
I think
Yeah.
she was like, I think she was oblivious to anything that was happening.
But her husband, or are they married already?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are
I was
married.
so her husband didn't come home after he's like calling her to pack a bag, and he's like
Yeah,
yelling
exactly.
because somebody's
Just-
running into him.
Yeah.
I would have gone straight to
Yeah,
the
she's
police.
I almost forgot about the phone call. Like
Yeah.
that was a very.
and then they show her
big red
like
flag.
just like getting the mail and going to the house as if nothing had happened. It's like there should be police out there, like you know,
Yeah,
like
like
questioning,
news and
figuring things
stuff.
out.
It should be a bigger deal, especially for again a small town. When someone goes missing, it's kind
Everyone
of
has to know
should
about
be a
it.
big
Yeah.
deal.
I guess I'm trying to figure out the timeline of everything then. But I mean, that obviously did happen, so she should have been sparked because I'm thinking about the cops and how they went to talk to Holden, trying to think of like how many days has it been since like they even talked to him and they haven't questioned him again about, because they were trying to figure out what happened to him.
Yeah. But they were only figuring it out because the bar owner called. It wasn't because of
right.
Kevin.
That's
Right,
true.
the cops.
There's-
So yeah, I mean maybe people just don't call the cops.
This is
Yeah,
why you
I
don't
guess.
trust anyone in this
Yeah.
town, because
Like,
it is sketchy as
no
hell.
trust to
Because
anybody.
we handle things ourselves.
I'm
We're-
just saying what I got from the like car ride phone call thing is, why is he driving when it's like downpouring rain?
Yeah, you couldn't even see out the window. That's
Yeah,
such a great point.
I'm like, that seems a little bit dangerous. It's like dark first of all, and then downpouring. No,
Yeah.
that seems
Well, yeah, I
scary.
mean, there were some questions
Questionable.
regarding the high speed chases. Specifically for me, why I had one with when Kevin was chasing Holden down. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, you're bros. Just roll down the window. And be like, "Hey, quick talk, hop in.
That's so true. That was so
I don't need to,
unnecessary.
like, chase you down and like almost kill you on your motorcycle.
Yeah,
before.
not the best look for your best friend
Yeah.
that just came back from a coma from 12 years, but
Exactly.
yeah, I don't know. I thought it was gonna be Kevin's brother again,
Right.
like doing
Jeff.
whatever,
Like
yeah.
finishing off what he started.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was definitely a suspenseful scene. Like that.
Yeah.
That was a success. It was just like after the reveal that it was a friend.
It was a
like,
little
why didn't you-
unnecessary after
Yeah.
Why
the
didn't you say
reveal.
anything? You come at me like an enemy chasing me down on a motorcycle. Like hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, not what a friend does.
No,
No,
definitely
no.
not.
Nope. I mean, a friend also doesn't try to give away your secrets and then immediately
Yes.
like,
yeah,
repeal
he
it
was
after.
definitely being blackmailed pretty hard, though. I mean, we saw him answer that phone call, and he was not into it. So I think he is trying to be a good friend, but he's got a family to care about. Like,
Just
there's
like
a lot
guilty
of,
by association.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just stinks because it looked like he was living such a chill life before all this happened. I'm like, oh, I'm seriously, poor Kevin. I really hope he comes back.
Me too, but
Hopefully
it
he's
doesn't seem
alive.
likely.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't say that.
yeah, I don't know. The Yellow Jacket's got like a stone cold look.
That look at
pretty
the
much.
end, that's what made me like
Oh,
jump
that
off my
was
seat. I was
so
like,
creepy.
ah.
But like, I'm now wondering, is there someone else in the car now, or is he still in the car? Because we don't really know. He looks over at the passenger seat.
Oh, that's true. That's a good
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, I mean,
I
Kevin
didn't
could
think
be
about
alive.
that. I just thought it was so
We
creepy,
went
and I
way
looked
to
away.
the
I thought it was creepy
Yeah.
too, and then I'm like, but he's looking at the passenger seat. Why?
I thought he was just
That's a
looking at
really-
like
Yeah.
breaking the fourth wall, like looking at us to reveal something.
That is a
Yeah.
really great point. So then maybe Kevin still is here.
Maybe, or his wife.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Oh gosh,
did-
too
I
many
mean,
creepy things.
Yeah, he has a little bit of blood on his glasses, but like that was it. I mean, you would think if you did murder someone, again, Kevin seems like he's athletic enough to put up some type of struggle.
Yeah, the
there
man
would
in the
be-
yellow jacket, no offense. The man in the yellow jacket just does not look like he could really take someone out, like physically.
Right. Well, they're in the
Like,
car.
maybe
when
mentally-
he was trying to open the door. Obviously, like I mean, I think he was bound somewhat, but he couldn't move. Like, throw a headbutt in there. Like, don't make it easy for him to
Yeah.
kill you.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe that's why we'll see Kevin come back. Because there's like, but I don't know.
Yeah. No,
There's-
maybe I want your theory
Yeah.
to be true
I
of like
kind
him
of-
not being
yeah.
super bad.
Yeah.
Especially since when he entered like the whole cult castle area.
Yeah.
There was like the weird people with the
They were all like chanting.
same clothes and the archery practice and stuff.
So strange.
He clearly did not see eye to eye with like the upper management. I mean, he didn't see Frost or whoever I guess is probably the head honcho.
Yeah.
But the woman he did meet with, was not a fan,
No.
and they did not have kind words. She was pretty displeased with his whole method of finding out everything that Holden can do.
Yeah.
Which he did. I mean, to his credit, like he definitely confirmed that he does have superpowers and like he is the right guy. But again,
But he did mention
made a
though
bit of a
that
mess.
he just wanted that confirmation for himself. So in that
Yeah.
sense, he did screw up because they, like Frost, it seems, and that lady already know what Holden can
Yeah.
do, and we're like, we just need you to do this, get it done, and the job is over. And because he didn't believe it and thought it was a fairy tale,
Right.
he kind of ruined their plan.
I
Ooh,
feel
fair
like
enough.
at this point he's under the guy in the yellow jacket is under a mind control game. I don't know.
Oh, what,
Like-
from someone like in the realm or something, or just like he's
Just-
got his own agenda?
He's been around. I feel like he's just been around like too many bad people that he's like he's siding with them, if that makes sense.
I just want to know where, like, I
Like no redeeming quality.
Yeah.
so like, I don't know. He just confuses me. 'Cause
Yeah,
I feel like
no,
there's
he's-
so
he's
many.
very- I feel like
He's
there's
very
a lot.
complex. Like you
He's-
can't understand where he's coming
Which
from.
is great
Yeah.
for a show,
Yeah.
like character
No, totally.
development
I mean,
wise.
he's
Yeah.
completely shrouded in mystery. I mean, we were just saying like every action kind of contradicts, everything we know about him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's super creepy, but has like the white picket fence like perfect family at home.
Yeah.
It's a really
kind
weird.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, on the surface that we've seen, like his wife and his
Not
daughter, like it
underneath.
seems so normal.
But
and
his
it's
wife
like,
is not happy with him.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
calls him out all the time about his lack of sales job.
well, change your jacket, dude. You can't wear the same thing every day.
Yeah. Not the yellow jacket, but that's how we know him by.
But that is-
So.
Yeah.
that's his thing.
Yeah.
He
Trademark.
lives in
It's
it.
his style. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really curious to find out more about him. Hopefully, he, I think he does have a bit of the bug to like be unorthodox and like go rogue. So I think hopefully he wants to find out like the powers for like the right reasons.
Yeah. I hope.
And not just like a mindless
Terrible.
goon.
Yeah.
Because he seems pretty smart. I mean, I
He's
don't
smart.
think.
It's pretty calculated, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, it was definitely messed up, like him offering his gun to that kid, but I don't think he would have done that thing. Like, I don't think it was a foolish move. I think he was confident enough that, like, he wouldn't get killed by
Yeah.
this kid.
The kid just boom,
Yeah.
he's over.
So terrible.
Very short villain story. Surprise twist, though. That would be
5-second villain.
It's like, bye.
development.
So can we talk about
Yeah,
Willa?
let's talk about Willa.
Willa.
Oh my
Exactly.
gosh.
So much.
So much to talk about.
I don't trust her.
She's a little.
I actually,
I
the start of this
do.
episode, like, before you kind of know anything, literally the question I asked myself is, do you think Willa's lying? Like, about anything. Like, what do you think she might be lying about? And that was kind of because I didn't know where her trust lied.
Right.
And I think she's still kind of, towards the end of this episode, you see her trust, like, it's still wishy-washy.
I think she's using Holden
Interesting.
to bring her grandfather, or assuming her grandfather is Arthur and the one that's like passed out.
Right.
I think she's using Holden to bring her grandfather back to life. And Holden's gonna figure that out and get mad.
I think, like, I agree with that because I think the reason he said you're still in love with him
Yeah, no, I was about to say that.
is because
She's, like,
she
not
she
doing it
won't
fast enough.
follow through with the full plan of what her grandfather is, because when she sees him hurting, she's like, stop, and tries to help him.
Right.
And I think maybe something terrible has to have, like, when he's going through those memories in order for the grandfather. I don't know, but there's something where, like, she's even wishy-washy on her trust. She doesn't know where it lies.
Like
either.
maybe Kevin and the grandfather will meet in the other realm somewhere.
Kevin?
Like out of not Kevin, sorry,
Holden.
Holden. Yeah.
We're all Holden.
Yeah.
all over the
Somebody.
place. Holden will meet Arthur
yeah,
somewhere.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
maybe.
Like,
And then maybe
because she
they'll-
keeps saying follow the light. So maybe at the end of the light is Arthur.
Right.
Is Arthur, yeah.
Maybe. I mean, it does, like, the whole, like,
either Arthur
world
or
seems
spaceship.
very dark, though. And every, like, I mean, the futuristic city, the last flash that we got was sort of the only one that seemed to be, like, in daytime. And even then, like, this shroud of, like, crows kind of encircled him.
It was
So
very
it's been,
divergent.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's just been a very negative experience every time. So if the realm really is like that, it kind of makes me think maybe Willa and Arthur are not what they seem. Maybe they are, like, actually on the evil side, and the whole, like, castle cult people with the yellow jacket are not. I mean.
Oh, that would be a big twist for sure.
Big twist. But I mean, it could explain why the, like, upper management was kind of pissed that he was Yellow Jacket was very aggressive with his, like, revealing tactics.
Interesting. So, like, maybe
Willa's-
Yellow Jacket is, like, not on anybody's side. He has his own
Agenda.
his own agenda.
Yeah,
Man, we're already getting into predictions.
totally.
Dang, we're getting
Yeah.
deep into predictions.
Yeah,
I
there's
could
definitely
see
a lot
that
going
though.
on.
That will, because she did say that she joined voluntarily.
Right.
So maybe she like grew up in that.
Well, that's what I think she was
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah,
She's like,
why?
I've been running my
Yeah.
whole life. But my whole thing is, I'm trying to figure out, okay, so if she remembers this, how does she translate into this real world? Like, how did she get to where, like, Earth, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So I guess to say Earth, the realm. That was my
Yeah.
question. Like, I don't understand. How does she remember and Holden doesn't? Where were they where they had to be like, Holden, go back to the real world because I feel like something bad was happening and they had to get him out of there.
Yeah.
Or so, I don't know. I'm
And
racking
why
my
wasn't
brain.
she in a coma?
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Like,
true,
why was it
uh-huh.
normal for her to be able to get out and remember everything?
Right.
I'm like, there's something that's just not adding up here.
There's
No.
a lot of things that aren't adding up here.
No, she's being extremely shady. I mean, like, the first time she's like, yeah, well, you're going to have to take these intravenous drugs to find out.
I'm gonna stick you
what
with
I
a
Talking
needle.
about
remember. It's
trust,
like,
it was
what?
like,
It's because
We
she's
just
a
met.
pretty girl and he's attracted to her. So
you're
of
just gonna
course.
trust someone?
Apparently, the Holden.
person
I mean, he's
who's
new to girls.
You're right. So
Yeah.
he's very
He's
impressionable.
yeah, exactly.
But
Oh
trust-
my gosh.
Like, don't
He's doing
don't
well
even
for
trust
himself,
the
though. He's already
person.
Like,
met
He's
two.
in a love triangle.
He sure
already,
let that
so-
one go. Like,
I don't know, but going off of what you said about how the realm is all like ugly and stuff because of how they're on the evil side, I actually think
Right.
maybe it could be ugly right now because that's what Holden remembers it as.
Oh.
Because it has such a negative impact on his
Right.
life. Maybe once he starts to see the positive, we'll see the nice part that Willa's
Maybe,
describing.
Maybe.
hopefully. I mean, that'd be. I think that could definitely be the case, given that the last one, like when he went to the city environment, like it did seem a little bit brighter.
Yeah.
Or at least was like daytime. He wasn't
Yeah.
like in a cave of shrubbery.
Or a stick
I was like,
attacking
oh,
him.
that's pretty.
Yeah, or like a branch chasing after him, or falling
branch
like
chasing
to his death in a waterfall.
These are all like those dreams that you have
Yeah.
when you wake up
No,
and you're
exactly.
like, wait, how did I end up in like a school and then in my room and then hanging out with this person and then jumping off a plane? Like you get all these weird I don't dream about these things, I just put them all together. Like you just get all these weird fragments trying to put them together. That's what this big jumbled mess feels like right now.
When you wake up and you've fallen off the bed in the middle of the night or something and you're like, what?
Well, okay, so really quick, let's not forget, in the beginning too, he was waking up in the woods. So how is he getting transported back to the woods and having to walk all the way back? That's something that I still was like, we never got clarity on. Like, how is he able to like move, like
to teleport
move his body?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'd like him to teach me. That seems cool.
Yeah, do you think he teleported or just like he could have been sleepwalking and we didn't? It kind of like cut.
So maybe he was like remembering things and he was going through the motions and then ended up back there.
But are the woods? The woods that he kept waking up with, are those the woods that we keep seeing in episode 3 that he keeps going back to?
I think so, yeah. That's like it all, because that's where it all started. So I think that's like where you he got transported into that
it's like
realm.
He like jumped down a rabbit hole kind
yeah,
of
I think so.
Yeah, it's very like Alice in Wonderland for sure.
Oh my gosh, connection, that's what that party was. It was down the rabbit hole.
Was that what it was?
That's what it was, wasn't it? It was like
that's what his brother described it as that, right?
So what if that's kind of like a theme of the episode?
Look at us.
Totally. No, it could definitely be like an homage to that. I mean, again, that's why, in Alice in Wonderland, there is, good and bad witches.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to find out more about that. I mean, one thing I was thinking about was is Holden back now? Like, was he escaping something bad in the realm? Like, is that why?
Oh,
like,
I didn't even think about that.
Well, no, I mean, if he spent 12 years there, it's like, why was it?
Why now?
Yeah, why now? Like, why did you come back?
Yeah.
He lost all of his memories, so we can't really figure it out right now.
So many
Maybe to
unanswered
fulfill
questions.
a destiny back on Earth because he fulfilled it in the realm.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I get mixed emotions because on one hand, I think a lot of the flashbacks he was getting from Arthur and from Willa, didn't seem to like be attacking him. It was all sort of like gold around them, like complete like light, just like flashing everywhere. But also like them injecting like drugs into him doesn't seem like
it doesn't seem helpful.
The good guy's way to recall your memory.
Well, and she waited until the very last minute because when they did the second like test when he had to put like the helmet and the knee pads on and stuff, that was after she talked to her grandfather and he said like you're still in love with him, kind of basically being like you have to do this but put your feelings aside. So I was just confused that she let him go to almost like the bitter last second that like he was gonna like go because he was getting hypothermia, right? He was so cold.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, he was like blue.
Yeah, so like it's just crazy. Like, is she willing to let that happen? Like, you know what I mean? Like, or I don't know.
Maybe she should just take him to whatever house her grandpa is in because it looks like they have high-tech stuff that could help him out. Yeah,
True.
Yeah, she's like hooking up this like
her apartment.
super old box and like.
Yeah, like what's
it's very intense to do like a home version of that.
Exactly.
Like she's just like, we're just put some tarp on the ground.
I just learned how to do this on Google. Let me just figure it out.
You wear skateboarding pads. It's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, the fact that we know nothing about her.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, she's when she went to see her grandfather, I guess. It seems similar but different in terms of the place that Yellow Jacket goes. Like it's very remote.
Yeah.
Sort of like another castle. So that's
Secret.
why. Yeah.
I thought we were gonna see Yellow Jacket again.
Yeah,
in that
I thought
last
it was
scene
that
when
place,
it was the
and
car.
then I was like, oh, it's her. So, and then I thought like maybe they're on
Maybe
the same
it's the same
side.
place.
What if it?
Crazy.
Because we never saw her enter a gate or anything. We
Yeah.
just see her driving.
If they're like on the
Maybe.
same side.
This is like
working together.
But then, like, why would she? Because she, in episode 1, she kind of like swoops in and picks him up.
What if
So-
Arthur is the Yellow Jacket guy, not the grandfather?
Whoa.
I'm confused.
What if what's his name? Yellow Jacket is Willa's dad? Because she says that he didn't die. He like left. Because her mom died and the dad left and the grandfather took care of it.
Mine is blown. Literally,
just like that.
because why would he?
She won
Because
that,
he's.
people.
I like that prediction.
Because he's connected somehow to her, too.
I'm
in the
just
way
like
that
trying
she
to think it all
knows.
through because when he
We need to like draw like a character map. This is
no,
too
seriously,
much.
because every single character is so complex and there's so much to kind of like get from each person. And they kind of all have certain ties to each other. So I mean, it's so interesting and like crazy, like what this show is like. You can't like you're always on your toes.
Yeah.
Or on
Which
your
makes
seat.
for good TV on your seat.
Falling off your seat.
Yeah,
Exactly.
seriously, or crying.
A lot of crying.
Or jumping.
No, I mean, I really like the show.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously,
do too.
we combined a lot of episodes, but I think there's so much to talk about. It's so
There is.
There's a ton.
intertwined.
Yeah.
And Shades of Grey, it seems like, which is a cool concept for this type of show. I think it's
Freeform.
it's nice that it isn't easy to see like who's good and who's
Yeah.
bad. I mean, even in Alice in Wonderland, which we've been comparing it to, I feel like has a lot of similarities with like you don't even know like who's good until
Yeah.
the end.
That is very true because sometimes, like you can see in these kind of shows, like who might be. But I swear, I feel like we don't have any idea of who could actually be
Not
bad
at all.
and who could actually be good because everybody's had like the cons and the negatives and the positives. So
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's like what we were talking
Totally.
about earlier. Like after episode 1, we didn't know what direction this show is
Yeah.
going to go
Yeah.
in. It's unpredictable.
And they've given you like such small flashbacks that like whenever he has one, you're like, what am I gonna get
You
this
just become
time?
more
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It's like, I'm going to get an answer. Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, it's very intriguing.
And the cliffhangers they give at the end of every episode have you like, what? I need to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
That's how they
I'm
get
surprised
you.
I've refrained myself from
I
watching.
know.
Yeah, it's very tough to not
It
binge
is.
the show. right now.
Especially
Just,
after
like,
this episode. I just
Oh
want
my
to
God.
know.
I might just go watch episode 4. No, I won't.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. I mean, I'm gonna try to go zen and just
Yeah.
not watch until
Just
next
like
week.
don't
but-
think about it. Ignore
Yeah.
the billboards on the streets as you drive by them. Like,
Yeah, I apologize if by episode 7 I'm on episode 10.
But yeah, I mean, in terms of since we all haven't seen any other episodes, why don't we make some predictions?
Oh,
Yes.
Do it.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, yeah, Becca, do you want to start us off?
I don't trust Willa. I don't think she's up to anything good right now. Or I think she's using Holden, and Holden's gonna be upset. And then maybe she is up to something good, but using Holden at the same time as that.
Oh, I could see that one.
So you think either way she's got like an ulterior motive
I
to
think
use him?
I think either way she definitely has an ulterior motive because she obviously cares about this guy that she keeps on seeing, and I think her helping Holden is also a way for her to help that guy that he keeps seeing. I also think that Kevin's brother is gonna end up being a good guy,
Yeah.
one of the people we can trust, and I think that yellow jacket guy is gonna be good in the end.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh,
well, yeah, well,
that's
also,
a big prediction right there.
That is a big one. What do you think about Kevin? Do you think he's gone forever?
I hope not. That'd be really sad.
It would be really
Yeah.
sad.
Especially with the way that scene ended.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's no closure on
I'm
it.
like,
Uh-huh.
I want to find out what happened to him.
Next week.
Or do I? Do I want to
Yeah.
find out?
Probably not.
If it's gory, no. If it's nice, yes, please. For sure.
yeah,
My
so,
prediction now? Yeah, I've got him. Well, I have to agree with Becca. I do think that Jeff is going to turn out to be good. I could see him and Holden kind of teaming up and maybe him joining Holden and Willa trying to figure out the whole situation. I could also see that now that if Kevin is gone, I'm going with the idea that he's dead. I think the man in the yellow jacket's going to come after Luke. Because
Oh,
Luke is
okay.
very vulnerable. right
Yeah.
now. No, you guys, I think he's very vulnerable. I don't think he'll go through with it, but I think he'll
No.
just come at him with something. Which sucks for the
Ooh,
parents
okay,
because you already
okay.
lost one child. You
no,
know,
no,
you
no,
lose
no,
another.
no, no, no.
Aw.
Sorry to upset you with my prediction, but that's it. That's all I have for now. I mean, I guess mom and dad wise, I think mom and pastor got something going on.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of
Totally.
pastor, I don't trust
Or
him
priest.
either.
I think it was a Catholic church, so priest has something going
No,
on.
I think they call him pastor.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't
really?
like him either.
Yeah, he seems pretty shady. I mean, I thought like pastors aren't supposed to fraternize with I mean,
No,
and
they're supposed
also,
to
I don't think their divorce is final. They said separated.
No, they're just
They weren't like, we're
separated.
divorced.
And it's only
yeah.
been like a year since. So.
Yeah, no, I'm not liking it. And,
It was
like
a little
mom is
weird.
being super shady about even saying anything about it. Like
She was really shady.
she's like,
in the
"Oh,
third
he's-
episode.
yeah,
he's
he was
just
like, you're
helping
pretty
me out."
late, mom. Like, what was that about? I'm fine. I'm
No.
25. Like,
But 12
She
in
could
her
have called
eyes.
him. He has
True.
a cell phone now. She could have called.
Yeah.
She could have texted him. Like, where you at?
yeah.
True.
GPS tracked
Coming
him.
home
Like, there's a lot of technology nowadays she could have used to figure that out. But no, she called the priest or pastor
Yeah.
over.
Oh,
Well, I guess my predictions. Were you done, Leslie?
Yeah, I'm done. You're good.
Cool. So I have a couple. I think Jamie, we didn't get to talk about her too much because she was, kind of
Ooh,
in and
yeah,
out.
Jamie.
But I think maybe she's going to become Holden's ally. She's going to be at first really scared. It's going to be kind of like a really weird kind of thing for her, but she's going to understand. She's going to help him through those times when he starts freaking out. She'll be able to calm him down, maybe. And then as for, I think the parents are going to weirdly find themselves coming back together because they're going to realize they pushed Luke away. Now that they have Holden back, they're realizing they lost their other son, and maybe they'll kind of come together and join forces and figure that out.
That would be cool to see.
Yeah. As for Willa, I just like can't really understand what her motives are yet, and it's very unclear, but yet there's some things that are good, some things that are bad. But I think maybe we'll see next episode Holden see a vision of them, of like maybe some sort of conversation of, I don't know, whether it be relationship or something really serious. And I think that's going to be something that also kind of goes into the Jamie and Holden relationship, is that it's going to be a fight between Holden connecting with Willa because he thinks that she knows him better than Jamie. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes total
Okay.
sense.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely conflicted on Willa. I feel like she's from a bad family though. Like maybe, she might turn good later on and be like convinced by like her love for Holden.
Yeah.
But I do think, everything sort of seems to set it up for her to be like in a bad family. Like the dad left.
Yeah.
The mom was killed. Like
Yeah.
she was raised by her grandfather. That's not to say like
That he-
like horrible situation, but I don't know. Just it seems to. I don't know, it's so mysterious. It's very kind of like on the darker end of the spectrum.
It's like it's a stereotypical like setup for her to
Right.
be bad.
Right, exactly. And she hasn't revealed like anything about herself. I think Yellow Jacket is a good guy. So I do think Kevin's still alive. I think it's maybe shades of gray, but I do think he's not like the ultimate villain.
Yeah.
And I don't think he killed Kevin.
I sure hope not, because that was terrible.
Yeah, I think that there's something
like a
bigger
horror
going on.
movie.
It was literally terrible.
It ends
Yeah,
up
and
like a
it just
horror
it
movie.
seems so like way too far for him to like show Kevin his family.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
messed
like,
up.
Right before he kills him, like that is so messed up.
So messed
He
up.
could be a messed up guy.
Like, come on,
Right,
have
but
a
then,
heart.
like he also has a family, and it's like so positive. Like it seems like that's almost too much of a shift to
Yeah.
have a family that is like that, and to be like living that much of a double life. Obviously, it's possible, but I think he's actually like more good than bad.
I hope so.
I agree.
Yeah, hope so.
And yeah, I'm definitely on the Jeff train for him being good as well. I think he matured a lot over the last 12 years. And he's just looking for Kevin. I mean,
He goes to
some of
church now,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, exactly. He's a church boy.
Yes.
Yeah, no, say what you will about the pastor, but he's at least going to the church. I guess we'll have to see. There's a lot of questions.
Yeah,
A ton of questions.
A
Too
lot of
many right
unanswered
now.
things. So
I have so many.
I know. Well, we're only 3 episodes in, so we'll have to see what happens in episode 4 next
I'm
week.
excited.
so excited.
Yay.
Totally. Until then, where can the fans keep up with you guys?
Y'all can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Becca B Talks TV.
Nice. And you can find me, Leslie Ambriz, at In Less Than No Time on Twitter and Instagram.
You can find me, Allie Nasta, on Twitter at Allie Nasta and on Instagram at Allie Girl.
All right, so you guys can find me, JB, at Hey John Blake. Tune in next week.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.